any shame in being unemployed just because I can financially, and I enjoy my free time? There is no shame in it. Though if you need to work again at some point, I suggest you come up with a reason for there being an extended blank period in your CV. A lot of employers will pass you over if you have an extended period of time where you didn't work or weren't trying to get some sort of further education skill. It's your life. Do what makes you happy. Don't make your own life decisions based on what other people may or may not approve of. It's none of their business. Enjoy the freedom you have if you can. Who's stopping you? As long as every other aspect of your life is taken care of. I am unemployed and financially secure, so I volunteer at several places. Very gratifying and helpful. I got laid off in November. Super ready to return to my field. But I have deeply enjoyed this time. I want to be unemployed. I'm tired to work, I just want to have free time and enjoy life. I feel like a robot working for 40 jours 10 hours public transport. My home is a mess, I don't have time to the museum, shopping etc. Good for you to enjoy life. No shame, no shame. Shame is in wasting your time in a shitty job. Dude, that's the dream, don't let anyone take that for you. Do whatever you want with your time. There will always be people who will shame you for any choice you make. I've been downvoted and called a workaholic just because I like working and enjoy the feeling of a job well done. Most nights I sleep better knowing I've pushed myself to do the best I can. If you're happy and comfortable, then you do you. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Where do you get the money from to support that? Depends what you mean by because I can. If you have enough savings or some sort of passive income, no problem. If you're relying on someone else to sustain you without their explicit consent, e.g. you're an adult still living with your parents, that's wrong. Nope. Do you feel any shame? I certainly wouldn't shame you. I'd be made up for you. Go do stuff, travel, meet people, find animal friends. Do what makes you feel alive. If I didn't have to work to survive, I think I would go on cruise. That reminds me, an old lady told me once that it was cheaper for her to go on cruise holidays than it was to pay for her to live in a home with other old people. So now that's my plan. I will cruise with my sister and permanently party. If you are in the US, some people absolutely will judge you harshly because we have a cultural Puritan work ethic that believes life is work and toil. And toiling is the point. So if you aren't toiling, you aren't right with the Lord. Should you care about those people? Up to you. I don't. You will probably get bias answers on Reddit for this question. This platform probably has a younger age of users and is home of the anti-work movement subreddit. I would imagine you will receive vastly different answers based on what platform you ask this on. As long as you don't let society pay for your living, it is fine. Nothing to shame. In this world, no one care what you or me do. Not from me, people are just jealous because you can and they cannot. You do you. If I could, I would definitely do it. I would love to be able to fly at a drop of a hat to see friends and relatives whenever they need me. Especially now that we are all getting older that much faster. Not to mention that I would get to enjoy all my hobbies in turn. I think this is most people's life goal: save, get, collect, invest enough money so you can retire. If you want to go back to work at some point, you can get a job. Hell no, I took 4 months off this year after quitting my job and it was the best decision I've ever made. If you are able to, I say go for it full send. No, that's called retiring. Everyone should have a plan to reach this point eventually. No, that's what retirement is, isn't it? My life goal is to stop working as soon as possible. I'm unemployed, stay at home, and I work my ass off. Some people seem to think unemployed means lazy or idle. There shouldn't be shame in being unemployed if you're in a situation where you're not leeching off others' generosity. Fuck no, you earned it. I took a few months off between jobs when I left the restaurant I'd worked at for a decade. Got bored though and got another job. Only shameful if it's affecting your ability to pay your own bills and you start becoming a leech to those around you. I'm jealous. I burnt out and almost a year ago I quit my job. I plan to rest for few months and then find a new job. I was a bit scared that I might not find a new job. But the job found me 5 months later and it was perfect timing. The best decision ever. Zero shame. I just saved my mental physical health. No shame. As long as you can sustain yourself and not rely on others. I went through around 6 months of unemployment last year, which was unofficially spent as a freelancer. I had a significantly lighter workload. I was home earlier and enjoyed life a hell of a lot. I could sustain myself for a time. And probably even longer should I need to. But my needs require me to be in full-time employment so I can apply for a mortgage. Shame. Because I would be able to pick up freelancing in a heartbeat if I ever take a bad turn with my current job. There is no shame in it if you enjoy your free time and you can. If you are still feeling shame, it might be a good idea to do part-time job or do work for yourself or others just to keep you busy. No shame at all. I was given a very generous severance package at a previous job and spent from May until September hiking, visiting museums, traveling, etc. I knew I'd never get another opportunity like this, so I took full advantage of it. My sister used to try to shame me for being on the dole between jobs. Bitch. I pay for this when I am in employment. So why can't I use the support system which I contributed towards when I am in need? There's so much shame in this, so give me some of your money so you learn from actions. Not at all. If I could, I would join you. I've told my wife if she ends up making a bunch of money, I have no problem being a stay-at-home husband. She already makes twice as much as me, so maybe one day. You have officially won the game of life? Enjoy. If you have to eventually go back to work, I would use your free time to find something you are passionate about and get good at it, so when you do go back to work you will enjoy it. Alternatively, look into the FIRE movement and consider staying in work and using those excess resources to help you retire early. It's not specifically shameful to be unemployed, but depending on what you are doing with your free time, potentially you will be shamed for wasting your life. Society tends to judge people by their accomplishments. So if you use your free time to do something, e.g., give back to society, master a skill, experience something incredible, then I doubt many would judge you negatively for it. Nope. I take off 2 years between jobs. Go for it. I have gone down to 90 to be able to cope with everything in my life. So I have Friday off bi-weekly. Been sick a lot less since I started this. I think a lot of people would like that as well. Quit my 9 to 5 about a month ago due to family and personal issues. Currently feel so shitty about being unemployed. I'm applying to medical school, so I'm still living with my parents at 23. Just sucks that I feel so unproductive. Emo. It's only shameful if you're a burden on someone else, and I don't mean unemployment. As far as I'm concerned, we all pay into an unemployment. We all earn it. If you plan to go back to the corporate world, you'll just need a good white lie reason for being out of the workforce. Depending on how long you are able to enjoy this situation. Anyway, just the reality of most white-collar employment. No. The only reason there would be shame behind it is if you were shaming others in a lesser position than yourself. Enjoy your life, buddy.